Hi, it's Darnell with Wheel and Recipes. Got another new toy here, so it's time to get the unboxing. There's a little box and a big box. We'll go through the big box first. Alright, we got something a little different this time because this is a basket air fryer. As you know, I've done a lot of oven style air fryer reviews, but this time we've got a basket air fryer. This is the Phillips Avance line double XL air fryer with the Twin Turbostar technology. And so let's get this out of this box here. And it starts out with some documentation. So there's a recipe book here. There's over 30 recipes in this recipe book. It looks like a nice quality print there. There's the full user manual. And there's a little flyer that says if you register, you'll get 6 months extended warranty plus 15% off your entire purchase of any Philips products at their website, which is probably going to be costing you more than anywhere else. And this is the little this is a little like mesh liner that goes inside of the air fryer basket. And here we have the full up star of the show, the Philips Avance double XL air fryer. In the back, it's got this nice cord holder. So I guess if you ever gotta store it, it's a nice handy way to get that cord from not dangling all over the place, which is a problem I've had with a lot of cookers. So I'll get some of this tape off of here. Then we can slide out this basket. So inside the basket we've got some more extra paper to remove. But here we have the inside of the air fryer basket. These basket air fryers, there's not a whole lot of parts to go through as far as how they are set up. So this is the basket, and this is the mesh you can also put in there. So this little mesh type thing, you got to stick it in a groove here. Sorry about that noise, but you drop it down and there you have it. And then you can drop it into your air fryer like that for your cooking. And this is supposed to have a system that helps drain the fat away through this technology Philips is using here with these different parts that are down in there. It's supposed to help drain the fat away, and also supposed to help do away with some of the excess smell. Now that I have the unit unboxed, I'll open up the little box. A little Philips box. This is an accessory here. And this is the party tray to kind of help hold more food when cooking. So this is a little flyer that talks about party dishes made easy. So this first part that is stuck in here is a separator. And then we have the actual tray. This is sold separately, this party tray, for if you join a lot of cooking. So basically you just put that down in there, and you can basically have some food down bottom, some food up top here, to have two levels for cooking. So basically it gives you an extra level for cooking. In a basket air fryer, that's a pretty nice addition. And so here's the divider separator that can be used. And actually this divider is used separately from this party tray here. The divider, you would take this out and you would put the divider in. You can just slide it in like that, and then you have like two sides if you want food to not touch or come together while it's cooking. You can have a division there on the sides of cooking things. Alright, so here's the Philips Air Fryer Double XL Digital Avance. Model number for this one is HD9650/96 with the Twin Turbostar technology that removes and captures excess fat. Rapid air technology makes a tornado-like air circulation inside of here. You can see it's got the special bottom, this specially designed bottom that has the kind of circles to it. Kind of helps to capture that fat and circulate air as well. It has, well, it draws 1725 watts of power. It has a 1-year warranty, weighs 8 pounds. No preheat is required for this cooker. You don't put oil in it. It's an air fryer, so you don't need to put oil. It can fry, grill, bake, roast. No dehydrate. This has a minimum temperature of about 175 degrees Fahrenheit, max 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not going to do your dehydration. As I mentioned, the recipe book has over 30 recipes. They also have a Phillips air fryer app that has about another 22 recipes for the XXL. Overall, the app has over 200 recipes if you look at the recipes for all the other Phillips air fryers, and maybe you could leverage some of those, although they weren't necessarily written for this particular air fryer. Its capacity is about 3.5 pounds, about 3.3 pounds is its max capacity. So you can do like maybe a 3.5 pound chicken at most, you know, maybe like a game hen or something. It's a 4-quart as far as the size capacity. I want to show you here in the basket that basically when you're putting something in this air fryer basket, there's a max fill line right here. So you can only fill it up to the max fill line area when you're filling it up. And so, you know, no more than that you can get in. Now I'm just going to do some measuring of the dimensions of this cooker so that you can see top to bottom. It's about about a foot at the top. It's about just at a foot, maybe 13 inches to a foot up, top to bottom. Side to side. Let's see if we can get a measure. I'm going to go underneath and try and get a decent measure. Alright, so underneath, definitely 13 inches, about 13 inches underneath. So it's about as tall as it is wide. It's got about 13 inches this way, and about 13, top to bottom. So it's about even as far as how tall it is versus how wide it is. Front to back, let's see if I can get underneath it for a good measure here. Underneath also comes up to about 13 inches there, about 12 to 13 inches. So about 13 inches in all directions for this cooker. Basically, you have to make sure that you keep some room for air venting. You don't want to, have this boxed in because it needs room for the airflow. I'll show you around the back. Around the back here is where the big vent is, so you got to keep some room for airflow. Now I want to show all the removable parts, and all the removable parts in this air fryer are dishwasher safe. So you can pop the basket out, and you've got this little mesh thing. You've got the whole air fryer basket piece. Never use this without the basket, by the way. There's also this part that contributes to the Twin Turbostar technology that goes in there. And then there's this part here, that you can also take out, dishwasher clean, or hand clean these if you want. These parts are pretty large, so if you're going to be putting these into your dishwasher all together, they're going to take up quite a bit of room. And so basically that's all that you can take apart. You can't take this part that connects here. This is fixed in. This is all fixed. So you can't take any of that apart. Now I want to show you inside of the cooker. Basically I'll just show you how I went in to just get you in close here. Up here in the heating element, You can clean that heating element with like a brush type cleaner. If you see that it's getting grimy, you can brush that off. And so basically, you know, cleaning the removable parts, brushing that off, that's how you wash and clean this cooker. Alright, so this is some comparison with other cookers. You can see the Phillips air fryer XXL compared to the Power Air Fryer Oven Elite. The Power Air Fryer Oven Elite is taller, seems to be a little wider. You're going to, with the capacity of the oven style versus this basket, you're going to fit more in here. Although I have the party accessory to make a second layer in here. Here you have 3 layers, and it's just a bigger overall capacity here with the 6.5 quart capacity. Alright, so now we see it in comparison with the size of the Cuisinart digital air fryer toaster oven. The Cuisinart is also bigger overall. The Cuisinart can hold a 4-pound chicken or so, so can hold just a little more than this basket here. This basket, I just wanted to show you real quick. If I take the parts out of the Cuisinart, I can take this basket, the whole basket can fit inside of the Cuisinart with room to spare. So the Cuisinart definitely can hold more overall than the Phillips. Alright, here's a size comparison with the Nuwave oven. The Nuwave oven is just a bit wider than a Phillips. Height-wise, just a little taller, but just because of the Nuwave oven's design, it can hold a lot more because all this space under the dome is usable cooking space versus just the drawer area for the Phillips. So the Nuwave oven can cook, you know, like 12, and with the extender ring makes even more space, 12 to 16 pound turkeys and other large items of that sort. Alright, so here's a comparison of the Phillips XXL air fryer up against the Nuwave Bravo XL Smart Oven air fryer. And as you can see, the Bravo is just leaps and bounds larger than the Phillips. The Phillips is maybe just a little taller by just a hair, but as far as width and just overall size and capacity, the Bravo is just way larger, can just hold way more than the Phillips can. Alright, a close-up look at the buttons that are available on the knob here. There are 5 buttons around the exterior, then there's this knob that spins and has a press button. The first button that I'm going to show you here is the power button that just turns things on, and you can just press again off. And then there's the preset button here to go into presets. There's a time button for regulating time, temperature button for regulating temperature. There's the keep warm button that is used after a cook. It can be set during a cook, but basically all it does is keep things warm after a cook. It's not meant for reheating food and such. Alright, so now I'm going to show you all the presets. Basically when you first turn it on, it's already in the preset for heating up like frozen foods from frozen. And basically what you can do in any of these presets, once you're in the preset, you can hit the button in and it goes into the time setting. If you just let it sit here, it'll just preheat to this temperature. Or you can turn the knob and immediately start cooking at a certain amount of time. So turn to a certain amount of time. If I press that button, it's going to start cooking at that time. Or I can turn back, just let it preheat for now, and then start actual cooking later. You can press this preset button to get out of the preset mode, or get out of that mode. Press it again to get out of that mode. And then you can turn the dial selector. So like this is the, from frozen cook. This is if you're cooking like a whole chicken. This is if you're cooking some steak, maxes out at 400 degrees. Cooking some fish, or you're cooking a pie. And then there's manual mode. In manual mode, you can set the time and the temperature to what you want it to be. But with any of these presets, you can adjust the time and the temperature as well. So like if I'm in the preset for a whole chicken, and let's say you want to cook your chicken slower, you can press the temperature button and then lower your temperature down. And then you can just go in the time if you want to just use the time button and adjust your time to whatever you want. and then you just hit the button in and it'll start cooking at that. So over in manual mode, going down to manual, everything is done manually. If I just press the button in, it immediately goes into the temperature selection. I can select my temperature. Let's say I select 400 degrees. I can go into my time, and I can, if I want to do a time. Alright, so I'm going to start a preheat to 400 degrees right now. Okay, we're almost 2 minutes into the preheat of 400 degrees. As you can hear, it's got a pretty loud fan in there working pretty hard to get things up to temp. So you can tell with this cooker that it's pretty audible. Now as we're 3 minutes into the preheat, I basically just want to show you, I can touch the top. It feels cool on top. The back, I feel hot air coming out of the back, but it's not burning me. There's nothing here. I mean, it's cool around here. It's not burning me to touch around there. But all the same, they want you to use precaution and treat the exterior as if it's hot, but it's not physically hot as I touch here. Just heat coming out of the back there. Alright, so it just beeped. It took about 4 minutes 30 seconds to get to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, so you can expect the preheat to take about 4.5 minutes to 400. I'm just going to open it. Still running. Test that temp. I'm seeing 337. My temperature gauge is reading in the 300s, although it says it's at 400. But anyway, if you were cooking, you could open up and you could basically, before you open up, you can pause. You can hit that button to pause. That gives you a moment to put your food in without the fan running. And then I can just start that back up by hitting the button again. If I want to start cooking, I can basically hit the time button and then I set my time. So let's say I set 15 minutes and then I press the button in. So that's how you preheat. You get your food, you can pause it after you preheat by pressing the button in, put your food in, close it up, and then you can hit the time button, set your time, and hit the button to get your cook started. So now the cook is running. While the cook is running, let's say I want to do a keep warm after this 15-minute run. I can hit this keep warm button. And now the keep warm button is lit up. What will happen is after 15 minutes of cooking, it'll do the cook. Let's say some food was in there. And then it does a keep warm. Keep warm runs for 30 minutes at the 175 degree temp. And now that this cooker is cooking, it's at the 400 degree mark, cooking away, or what it considers 400, even though our temperature gauge doesn't read that. I'm feeling around here, it's like warm down here. It's getting kind of warm down here to the touch. I wouldn't want to hold my hand a long time down here. But over here, I'm pretty cool. Pretty cool there. Very cool on top. Back is still blowing that, of course, hot air. Alright, I've let this go for a while, for a few minutes actually cooking, and I'm going to just do a pause and check the temperature one more time. Now it's showing 400. It's going down from 400 down into the 300s as it stays open. So it did eventually reach the 400. It didn't really seem to be at the 400 when I first, well, I guess I'll just go ahead and stop and turn this off at this point. It didn't really reach the 400 at the end of that preheat when I first checked it real quick, but as it's been cooking along for some minutes, it has, reached that 400 degree mark exactly. As soon as I opened it up and checked, it was at 400 exactly. So it does reach that 400 eventually, but as Phillips mentions, you are not supposed to have to preheat with this cooker. The way that it is designed, it's supposed to be able to start cooking right away. So you're not supposed to need a preheat, but the preheat option is there for you if you choose to use it. Alright, so that's the full unboxing and review and showing you all the features of the Phillips Air Fryer XXL, the Avance line. And so, it's a pretty interesting cooker there. It's got some pretty interesting tech. There'll be plenty of cooks coming, checking it out, running it through a lot of paces, culminating with a later review of, use of it over a number of days. So we'll get into all of that in some future videos, and so I hope that you did like this. You can find plenty of air fryer videos and plenty of air fryer recipes, along with many videos in those as well, at superwaveovenrecipes.com. If you ever want to come to this YouTube channel just to see videos, you can come to waveovenrecipes.com. Brings you right to this YouTube channel. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, and good eating.